Well, the festive season is almost over. Holidaymakers are now beginning to return home. Traffic volumes are expected to increase on the country's major routes. And our reporter Craig Lee-Smith is in Worcester in Western Cape, and he joins us now. Craig Lee, a very good morning to you. Let's talk about perhaps, traffic and holidaymakers making their way back to their homes, making their way back to school, some even to work. Are we seeing more activity on the road?
Good morning, Tumelo. Yes, we're seeing a whole lot of traffic on the N1. We're just outside of Paarl. We've returned from Worcester at the Toll Plaza, where many holidaymakers are making their way back home from the Western Cape. We know the N1 and the N2, particularly very busy this time of the year when it comes to holidaymakers going home after the Christmas and New Year festive period. With me, I've got the MEC for Transport in the Western Cape, Bonginkosi Madigizela. He's going to talk us through the latest stats and just how things are on the roads. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Can we talk about the activity on the road for today and onwards for road users moving from the Western Cape back to their destinations?
Thank you very much, Craig. Obviously, people are starting to leave the Western Cape, those who are visitors, and those who went away are starting to come back. We are noticing the high volume of cars already, and our law enforcement officers are very much alert. They will be on the roads. But I do want to say that the stats are looking very positive this year, Craig. Of course, it's still early. Festive season is not over yet. But I'm very encouraged, with what I've seen. If you look at the number of drivers that died, between 1st of December to the 31st of December last year, you had about 39 drivers who died. And the same period this year, we saw the number, just going down to 20, which is almost 50% reduction. And then also in the passengers, last year we lost about 60 passengers, the same period, and then it went down to 28, which is more than 50% reduction. And of course, my biggest concern, and that is the conversation I was having with my officials, is that we need to look at the problems of pedestrians. For the same period last year, 64 died. This year, 50 died for the same period. Again, it is a reduction, but I'm not happy with the number of pedestrians that are dying, and we will need to intensify our campaign in that regard, because as you know, Craig, that the provincial department is the only department that has 24-hour service, and we've got to, I will be talking to a number of other municipalities to see how we then expand that services in those areas as well, so that we can really get down the number of people who are dying.
Thank you so much. That was the MEC for the Transport MEC in the Western Cape, Bonginkosi Madigizela, talking about the road users and also the reduction of the road deaths. We know in just the past 2 days, 14 fatalities on the Western Cape roads. There are some positives with regards to what's going on in the Western Cape, but we will keep a close eye during the day here on the roads in the Western Cape.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Craig Lee-Smith, thank you so much for that update.